Level 16 is a thriller film about a group of girls living in some sort of facility where they're not allowed to go outside. However, they are being trained in the virtues of being a woman. That way, when they reach level 16, they're allowed to be adopted by many affluent families on the surface. So this film, I didn't know much about it, but it is a Canadian film. I didn't know that, but I want to check it out because it's sci-fi. I love sci-fi. And this story, it sort of recalls the sort of The Handmaid's Tale, if you've heard of that story or seen the show, where the women are young girls and they're told to, you know, obey the rules. Number 1 is obedience, 2 is curiosity is bad, 3 is, you know, never be angry, things like that. The movie has really good acting from all the young girls and the caretakers of sorts. However, this movie is terrible. I hate to say it because it is a Canadian film. However, it is a terrible film. The movie has pretty good acting. However, the sort of build up to the mystery of why they're there isn't worth the payoff at all. Once you get there, you're kind of like, oh, that's really, you know, normal. And the movie really can't classify itself as a sci-fi simply for that alone. There just isn't enough sci-fi elements. If you take away the sci-fi elements, it just ends up being like a sort of like human trafficking story, and it's not really interesting. So I felt like the movie was really thin in that regard. Without that twist at the end, or without the reveal, the movie doesn't have much going for it. It becomes a sort of whispered, sort of prison break sort of movie. And the payoff just isn't completely worth it at all, which sucks because everything else is fine. The production value is pretty good. The acting's okay. I especially like the lead and the supporting young girls, but the payoff is very thin. It's not that much of a sci-fi twist, and therefore level 16 has nothing going for it really. So I give level 16 a 2.5 out of 10.